My name is Matigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So I want us to talk about this IBIS cover up, like in detail. I already touched on it in another video, but I want us to go through it thoroughly because you know, when it comes to the IBIS cover up, when the system should have spoken and it stays silent, it becomes very problematic, London. There is one system in forensic science that doesn't forget. It doesn't argue, it doesn't guess, it doesn't take sides. It simply matches things. The system is called IBIS, guys, the Integrated Ballistic Identification System. And in a case like this, IBIS was supposed to speak. But the real question is, did it stay silent or was it never allowed to speak at all? What happened there? Umangena, that is why I'm saying he's compromised, guys, when it comes to the Senzo Meyiwa. He's very much compromised. What IBIS was supposed to do, I already said this in another video, IBIS is not just any database, it is a truth-checking system, and you get a projectile. Once it's recovered from the crime scene, it gets examined under the microscope. Unique markings are digitally captured. That data is stored inside IBIS. Now, here is the power of IBIS. Every future firearm or bullet tested is compared against that stored data. Stored data for the firearm. Okay, wait, projectile was insected. Let's say, why Umangena insected projectile? Because if Umangena insected the projectile in 2014, sorry, wayezathi xa befika Masondo nala firearm, whoever tests, was it Rulofse, when he is doing his testing, he was going to say it's linking somewhere also in the Senzo Meyiwa case. It's linking on this one, Yase Cleaver and Alexandra case, and also on the Senzo Meyiwa case. Why did Mangena not put that on IBIS? He needs to be charged for that. He needs to be charged for that. So if the same gun is used again, IBIS will find it. No guessing, no storytelling, just matching. Why did Mangena not do this? Secondly, the silence that makes no sense from IBIS name. Now here is where everything becomes uncomfortable, because according to the process, the 2014 project should have been examined, digitized, uploaded into IBIS, so that later, if a firearm is found, the system would immediately flag a match. But what if all of that never happened? What if the projectile was examined but was never uploaded into IBIS? Then Umangena is at fault. Now we are no longer dealing with a technical issue. We are dealing with a decision that was made by Umangena. We are dealing with a decision that was made by Umangena, because someone must answer, and Mangena must answer, because Mangena has been on the case since 2014. He's the one that dealt with the ballistics. So why was the system bypassed? Umangena needs to answer that. And now when humans replace systems, this is where the danger lies. Because if IBIS is not properly used, the case moves from objective science into subjective handling. And that is exactly what Mangena did here. Now, instead of the system confirming the match, you will get the expert says it matches Jani when you did not do what needs to be done. And in court, that is a massive difference, because the systems can be audited, but people can forget, can contradict, can be challenged. And once that happens, the certainty begins to crack. Now, there is also this timeline trap here. Let's connect Ezizinto together. If this projectile was processed in 2014, but not properly uploaded, perhaps, and then years later, they say in 2020 it is. The problem is that the link has no historical footprint, and that does not make sense, because this projectile has been there It was supposed to link ngo-2015. Now, why ingekho i-earlier match? Why i-system confirmation yango-2015 ingekho? Why i-independent verification ingekho? Why? Do you see the danger in all of this? How and when was this connection made? Why only in 2020? Why not in 2015? Why not in 2015? Now, this is becoming very doubtful by day because I have the sense we want to understand when Masondo brought the firearm in 2015, why ingazange mention a projectile that was already in the system. Because now the court is looking at the gun and is looking at the process also, and the law is busy asking Judge Rata, was the process consistent, transparent, reliable? Can you trust the process? If IPIS was skipped, that process is compromised. Then what? And once the process is compromised, even strong-looking evidence becomes weak because the court now needs to say, we cannot rely on what should have been done, only on what was done. What was done was Mangena taking chances and making decisions that he's not going to put the projectile on the IPIS system. The question is why? The question is, why did she not do that? It doesn't make sense. Now, the system would have spoken for 2015 already. This is the part that Umangena cannot escape because IPIS is designed for one thing, to remove doubt. So if IPIS was used properly, it would have spoken early, clearly, independently. Why that did not happen? But if it didn't speak or wasn't allowed to speak by Umangena, by making a decision not to enter the capture the details of the projectile into the system, then the question is no longer, does the gun match? The real question becomes, why didn't the system confirm it when it mattered the most? 2015. Why? In a case like this, silence is not neutral. Silence is very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. Because when the system should have spoken and it didn't, that silence can destroy the entire case. And right now, the one thing that we are questioning, why is a deep forensic and legal breakdown not being attended to as it should? Why? Umangena needs to respond to this. Umangena is at fault. Umangena is compromised. Umangena needs to be charged for this. Ikhona into wrong apha. There is a lot that is going on, and it's very wrong. It's very wrong. I don't know about you, but I do not trust Abomangena at this point. I don't trust them. Something is very, very wrong here. Something is very wrong. And mind you, this is the same firearm that was sitting in people's offices instead of SEP 13 or SEP 18, whatever. I'm not a cop. Yeah, when iyenza yonke into ibe very questionable, the situation. Nonetheless, I want to hear your views. What are your thoughts? Mna, I say Umangena knows exactly what is happening with this entire situation of the firearm. The reason Umangena he found the bag opened. He knows why he was doing that. Umangena knows why he even went as far as saying, I balelantopi statement. He knew what he was doing. He's protecting himself. If from what, I don't know. But we'll see, we'll hear. Let's talk with comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.